Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you've been well. This video, we're talking a little bit about rooftop tents, but really about what I'm gonna be doing this year with rooftop tents. A lot of you guys maybe know me from researching rooftop tents. Actually, I did one of the worst videos I've ever done in my life, actually. It's also one of my most viewed videos, and it was the truth about rooftop tents. And I made that video like 6 years ago. It has millions of views. 6 years ago, I knew a lot about rooftop tents. Now, I know even more. Since that video, I've probably slept in about a dozen different rooftop tents. Not an insane amount, but more than the average Joe. And I've spent countless nights, I don't keep track, sleeping in a rooftop tent. So I've gotten quite a bit of experience through the years. For many of those years, a lot of those nights were in an iCamper Skycamp Mini. I had that tent. It was great for a short bed Tacoma. Over this last year, a lot of those nights were in Free Spirit Evo. That Evo was actually going to be the first tent that I did in this series, but Free Spirit actually needed those tents back for whatever reason, so I'm not doing them. I do have a 4x4 Colorado tent up here that I just got yesterday, so I haven't even slept in it, and we're not really talking about that in this video, but that'll be the first tent. But basically, this video is putting the request out to you guys. I am doing these tests, not for me, actually. I'm not really a single product review guy. I don't really like them that much, but this is more gonna be a service for you guys, and also because I am interested in it. I've explained this in a previous video. It's easier for me just to find a tent I like and just use that tent, and I know it. I know everything about it. My stuff is packed in there. I know all the pockets, the setup, all the hacks and I have it set up. So just using a single tent and just using it is easier for me. Setting up a new tent, working out these deals or whatever with the different companies, having them dropped off, install, take the other one off, learn the features, set it up, try out the mattress, get the bedding right, see how to, like, all that is, honestly, it probably doesn't sound like it to you, like, oh, you're complaining. It's a lot more work than just dialing in one setup. So basically, the test platform for the most part is gonna be the Tacoma, and the tents are gonna be whatever companies reach out to me, and maybe I'll reach out to some companies as well, and want to be involved in the 2025 LLOD Rooftop Tent Showdown. So actually, before I get into it, let's talk about being stanky. No, not really. But the sponsor of today's video does help you not be stanky. It's Mando. I thought this would be an extremely relevant sponsor for a video about rooftop tents, because chances are you're camping, you're not showering, you're starting to stink, and you shouldn't stink. Stinking is bad. So Mando, thank you for sponsoring this video. So I try to only work with sponsors on this channel that have some relevance, that might bring you guys value. And this one, at face value, maybe you're like, whole body deodorant doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but actually it does, because I actually wanted to try these products myself. And that's almost always the case with sponsors. It's something that I'm like, oh, I've heard about that and I want to try it or whatever. Mando, actually, this is one of the main items I wanted to try from them. It is wipes. I've always used wipes when I go camping. I don't want to set up a shower. I don't want to set up hot water. I don't want to do anything. I just want to give my stinky parts a wipe and then call it good. So this is a deodorant wipe, but specially formulated, different than anything you're gonna find out there. It was developed by a doctor who wanted just to find a better way to deal with body odor. All of these products, I believe, all the ones I have anyway, are aluminum free. They don't got all that bad crap in them. They have acidified body wash, and then they have various types of deodorant. So your stick deodorant, your lotion, your spray, and it's not just for your pits, dudes. It's for your balls, it's for your cracks, it's for your crevices, it's for wherever you start to smell a little foul when you're up in the rooftop tent for days and days on end. Give it a little wipe with the wipes, give it a little deodorant, and you'll be happy. There's a handful of different scents, actually: Pro Sport, Mount Fuji, Clover Woods, Bourbon, Leather, and Unscented. I honestly am a fan of all of them. Mount Fuji's like a little more fresh, as you can imagine. Bourbon Leather is a little more rich. Clover Woods, and then Pro Sport. So you have your standard spray. These are all invisible. I don't think I need to show you how that works. Your stick again, goes on invisible. And then your cream, which is basically a lotion, comes out, looks like a lotion. You just wipe it in. You can wipe it on your hands if they're stinking, or your feet. I'll just wipe it in my hands because I got it here now. Not oily, nice and smooth application. And I've actually tested these myself and have not noticed any funky smells. So that's a win. And Mando is clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. So they're actually doing a deal for you guys with my code LLOD. Their starter pack's kind of the way to go if you want to just try out a few of the products. It'll come with the wipes, it'll come with the mini body wash, it'll come with the stick deodorant, and then your choice of either the spray or the lotion based on, you know, what you're looking for there. So that'll be $5 off, which puts it essentially at 40% off and free shipping. So if you want to try it out, check out Mando. Use the link that I'll put down in the comments in the video description below with code LLOD at checkout. Thanks, Mando, for sponsoring this video and keeping our balls smelling fresh. All right, back to tents. So what I was saying before was basically I like to talk, and I like to explain things, and I like to give education. I like to give you guys the free information that you are here to get. So YouTube is plagued now, especially with AI out there making videos, or people using AI to make videos, and just worthless reviewers. People on YouTube expect a review of a product basically just to read the spec sheet. I don't know why people like it. When I do a review and I'm not just reading a spec sheet, there are some people, most people love it. Some people don't like it. Why? You can read all that stuff on the website. Sometimes I'll throw specs in. Obviously, specs are important, but I'm looking to do reviews that are much more than just reading the spec sheet, obviously. So part of that is just gonna be what I think. It's gonna be me talking. I'm gonna be talking about variables. Obviously, I'm gonna be talking about weight, size, height, length, how comfortable the pad is, how easy it is to pack up. Some of these things that aren't like really quite quantifiable. It's really opinion-based stuff. Maybe attachments and accessories. I don't think I'm gonna like rate them 1 to 10 or anything like that, because I don't have as good of a gauge as I should until probably the very end. Maybe at the very end, I'll talk about all the tents I reviewed for the year and give kind of a wrap up. I'm not really sure. I don't have next week planned out yet, much less the end of the year. But from you guys, what I would love to hear from you, because you're the ones that's researching tents. You're the ones that are out there saying like, I wish I knew this before I bought that. So let me know specifics on what you'd like me to test or what you'd like me to talk about, especially if these are kind of bullet point, you know, not necessarily quantifiable measurements, but something that I can package up and talk about, aesthetics or whatever, you know? So let me know what is important for you. Some tents will have features, some won't. I'm trying to think of like diesel heater ports, stuff like that. I'll just kind of hit on those things. But really, if there are features you want, let me know. So that's part one. If you're a subscriber, comment down below, appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, comment anyway and maybe get subscribed. Hit thumbs up on the video, do all this stuff. A channel like mine that's like 10 years old, the interaction actually starts to decline because of kind of the regular bias or whatever. There are not as many like new and excited people about it. So comments are actually super important on my channel just to make YouTube know that my channel's still relevant. If it is, I don't know. And also just to, you know, attract new subscribers. So I always appreciate you guys commenting, even if you have nothing to say and you just want to say, hey, or you look dumb, that counts. So that's the first thing. Let me know the metrics you want me to talk about. But also I would love for you to tell me if there is a specific tent or even a specific brand that you would like to see in this roundup. I'm working out some brands have already reached out to me and we're figuring things out, and then I will reach out to some brands. But the brands that I reach out to is either there's a few out there that I'm kind of just, oh, that tent looks cool, but there's so many tents and there's so many tent companies, and I haven't even heard of probably half of them. So I would love for you, sorry it's a little windy out here, hopefully the mic's not too bad. I would love for you to let me know specifically And even if you want to do one more, you, if you're an overachiever, and I love if you are, maybe you reach out to the company, or you tag them on it. You comment on one of their posts and tag me so I can get an alert and say, at Last Line of Defense, you should throw this into your 2025 rooftop tent showdown. Let me know, like, come at me. One, because maybe it's a brand that's never heard of me or doesn't care or wouldn't know about me, or maybe they don't check email. Maybe I would try to reach out to them and they don't care, because these companies are getting hit up by little random or big influencers or content creators or TikTokers or whatever all the time. So sometimes I may reach out to a company and request a tent, and they will ignore it because they're like, this is the 10th freaking loser influencer that's reached out to me. So sometimes if it's a customer or user or whatever, and you're actually reaching out on my behalf, maybe that'll spur them to reach out to me, or at least pay attention to an email if I reach out to them. So that is kind of my request from you, is let me know what you'd like to see in this series. Let me know what tents you'd like to see in this series, and anything else involving tents, rooftop, and maybe it's not even rooftop tents. Maybe you want me to review some ground tents. Let me know. Maybe you want me to review some shelters or some hammock tents or something that, you know, maybe I haven't even thought about. 2025 is the year for that. And it's kind of interesting, right? Because I am a dude that'll go out camping by myself. Probably I'll bring Falcor, my pup, which I know I need to get him in a video again. He's growing so fast. He's as big as Maple now, and he's gonna get, I don't think he's gonna get huge, but he's gonna get bigger for sure. So sometimes I'm out solo, sometimes I'm out with family. I've talked about this in videos as well. This kind of falls into the same category, and it might be a trailer that I actually put a rooftop tent on. I'm still kicking around the idea, especially for family adventures, to get a little like minimalist trailer, either just kind of a gear hauling trailer that would put a tent and an awning on, or maybe like a teardrop style, like small trailer that maybe I could also put a tent on, and something that I can just set up maybe if I want to go camping with my family for a couple days, but want to just park it at a spot and then unhook and drive it around. Maybe that too. So if there's a trailer or a trailer company, or if you are a tent company, or if you are a trailer company, obviously this goes without saying, if you think you make a great product and you want to be in the showdown, reach out to me as well. You can send all emails to mike@LLOD.us. Mike@LLOD.us. Don't flood me though, because I get over 100 emails a day and it's hard to keep up. And sometimes I just don't reply to emails for a week and I hammer through 1,000 of them, and it's insane. So that's what I'm doing. This video I know isn't very exciting for, you know, random people that aren't subscribed to the channel, but I wanted to put it out there because I do often ask for feedback from you guys. So this is feedback from you guys, but also if you feel like reaching out to a company and telling them they should have their tent or their whatever in my showdown, I would appreciate that too, because genuinely it's hard to hit up all these companies sometimes. It's a pain. You don't know what it's like being an influencer and having a bunch of other, the thing is, this is how it works. This is not really related to tents, but let me give you a little into the world that I live in. So I've been doing this a long time. I have no enemies. You could search through forums and you could talk to business owners and marketing guys, anybody you want. I don't think, maybe there's people that don't like me just because I look weird or they don't like my voice or whatever, but I've never done anything wrong. I've just been a good dude since the beginning. Not all influencers are that way. Not most influencers are that way. So there's a lot of people out there that are just looking to get free stuff, and they're not really going to do anything with it. They're going to sell it off or what, whatever. I don't know what they're thinking or what they're doing. They don't have longevity. Again, I've been at it a long time, but how it works is these bad influencers ruin it for the good influencers. So I'm not about to be buying a dozen tents this year to test out and just sell at a loss. I'm really, full disclosure, going to be working with brands that either want to send me a loaner or send me a tent or whatever that looks like. That's what I'm doing. So I will need to tell the brand, hey, it'll be worth your time. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So you'll see a bunch of different tents going on the channel through the years. So I've got questions like, you're not rocking a iCamper, or you're not rocking a Free Spirit. Yeah, there's not any real reason for it. All those are good tents. There's nothing I hate about any of the stuff I've used in the past. It's just, you know, want to change things up this year. So hope that answers all the questions. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Again, it's going to be a lot of work, but I am looking forward to it. Sorry, I've been moving the camera around because the sun is just going down over this tree and the lighting is all weird, and yeah, whatever. Some people ask me about the CJ7 back here. I'm not going to do anything with it. I've talked about it in a couple of videos. It is just the cheapest plow. It's cool. It's a Jeep. Little known fact, my first vehicle that I ever owned was actually a Wrangler, a TJ, 2 doors, before they made 4 doors really, but I've always liked Jeeps. But this is really just my plow vehicle. I'm not going to do anything to it. It'll be in the background in videos because that's where it's parked until I move my Land Cruisers and can pull that thing further back in there. But for now, it'll just be there on the corner of my driveway. I need to tune it up a little bit, but that's my plow truck. Anyway, rooftop tents, random video. Looking forward to it. I appreciate your feedback down below. Appreciate you reaching out to any companies. Again, if you're a company or if you have something to tell me that you feel like is important, feel free to shoot me an email, mike@LLOD.us. I don't have time to respond to every email, unfortunately, so if you're just asking me some random piece of advice, I might not be able to get to it. So appreciate you respecting my time with the emails as well. Cool. Well, appreciate you guys. Life here is good. It is chilly. I'm looking forward to longer days, and not in the immediate future, but warmer days ahead. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, until next time, take care.